We want students to love learning. And blended learning provides an opportunity for students to learn in a way that really appeals to a variety of their different learning styles or learning preferences. And when we can engage students in ways that appeal to their particular styles, they're more likely to enjoy their learning experience and learn the process as well. Reading Horizons is the perfect fit for a blended learning approach. Why? Because number one, there's a software component, and number two, there's direct instruction materials as well. And something to keep in mind is that a blended learning approach is not simply just having students get on the computer and use software. It's allowing students to self-pace their learning, to self-guide their learning, to receive immediate feedback on a software program, but then another component to blended learning is the teacher component. So the teacher will then take that data and they'll use that data to drive their instruction. Reading Horizons is developed to provide that self-directed instruction in software. It does a good job of teaching students those skills that they need to know. And then the direct instruction materials that the teacher has access to will help teachers to either explicitly teach those skills, reteach those skills, reinforce those skills. It'll provide a variety of practice opportunities to apply those skills. And then the teacher will provide transfer opportunities. So students will take those skills that they've learned in the software, the skills they've worked on with their teacher, and then they can apply those to real-life contexts. Reading Horizons provides a lot of data for teachers. So the teacher can go into the administration system and they can see how students are doing both collectively and individually as well. Another example of how the data helps teachers in a blended learning context is that a teacher can go in and see the time that they're spending on particular skills. So let's say a teacher is engaging their students in some practice of particular skills that they've learned in the software, and they see one particular student that seems to be struggling a little bit more than some of the other students in the class. The teacher can then turn to the administration system in the Reading Horizons software and just get a closer look at how the student is using their time. Because the Reading Horizons software is very adaptable, the teacher can then adapt the student's learning. So for example, in the vocabulary section, maybe the teacher needs to increase the number of words or the amount of time that they spend in the vocabulary section of the software to ensure that they are getting extra practice to help them be able to master that skill. There are a lot of benefits to blended learning, and you may have done your own research, you may have watched videos online. Just try it out, and I think you'll be pleased with what you find.